Hi, and welcome to Wags and Whiskers. This is your virtual meet and greet with one of the adorable adoptable pets at the Sacramento SPCA. And he's a big fella. Who is this that we have today?
Yes, he's a big boy. He's about 75 pounds, and this is Bruce. Bruce is like a 4-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier mix or a pit bull. But he also looks like he has a little bit of American Bulldog in him, and he has the biggest, squishiest, soft face in the world. And I'd love to just squeeze his little face and pet his little jowls. We love our Bruce.
Aw, Bruce is adorable. So now, Bruce, how did Bruce come to the Sacramento SPCA, and how long has he been there?
So Bruce has been here about a month, I want to say. His family couldn't take care of him any longer, so they surrendered him to us. I believe they were moving to an apartment, and he was used to being like an mostly outside dog, so they didn't have a backyard for him, and they didn't think that was fair, so they brought him to us to get him a lovely home. So that's kind of his story.
That's a tough call, I imagine, for many families that maybe for financial reasons have to move and relocate. And we've seen a lot of that last year. That's got to be a heart-wrenching decision, what to do with your pet that you love so much, and they are a family member. And I'm sure it gives them some peace of mind to know that you guys love and care for the pets at Sacramento SPCA and work so hard to find them good homes.
Yes, of course. And we have a great story to share, Cheryl, about reuniting pets with their families. So this morning we had a whole media ordeal with different stations coming to cover the story. And basically we had a cat that was found in New Mexico. So this cat was lost by their owners. They were on a road trip. They brought the cat with them. The cat got out of the trailer wherever they were going. And then a truck driver saw the cat, picked up the cat. He was on his way towards Sacramento, even though he's from Georgia, surrendered the cat to us. We found the cat had a microchip, and the microchip registered back to the family that now lives in Arizona. Wow. So we were able to reunite their cat with the family, and it was super sweet. The cat went into their arms right away, and it just shows the importance of having microchips and how we don't just do adoptions here. We also reunite families with their pets also.
Yeah. That poor scared baby. I'm so glad that the kitty's back home with.
I know, right? It's such a great story.
Yeah. Now, you do chip the pets at the Sacramento SPCA, correct?
Absolutely. So Bruce has his little microchip. It goes like in the back of their neck. So every single one of our pets, except for the guinea pigs, because they're a little bit too small, and the smaller animals, but all of our dogs and cats and rabbits definitely get a microchip.
Now, if a pet is already chipped when they come to someone, the previous owner has had a chip in the pet, but they, for whatever reason, have to surrender the pet to the Sacramento SPCA. Do they have to be re-chipped when someone adopts them, or can that information be read and then transferred? How does that all work?
Yeah, so I believe they don't have to be re-chipped. So you just go to a website that the chip is registered to, and then you just change the information in there. So like Bruce here, I don't know if he had a chip before, but if he did, we let the adopters know that when they adopt him, they can go on that website and register their information for him.
So important. Are there any other tips you have? Because we were talking a little bit before we went live about how, we are coming up on the time of year where people are going to be taking road trips. A lot of people keep their pets with them. I want people to take their cats with them on trips too, in their carriers.
Yeah.
What are some extra precautions people need to take if they're going to be taking their pets with them in their travels this spring and summer?
Yes, so I would definitely recommend that only bring your pet if you know that they're going to be 100% comfortable going on a road trip. So if you have a cat that's never been in a car before, or if you have a dog that's never been in a car for whatever reason, I would definitely say do not bring that animal. Get somebody to watch them at home and take good care of them, because that's just going to stress the animal out, and you definitely don't want to leave them feeling stressed out. But if you do bring an animal that's comfortable, I would recommend that you keep them on a leash at all times. If you have a cat, don't let them free roam in the car. Keep them definitely at least a dog on a leash tethered if they tend to wander around the car. You don't want any accidents that way. And if you have a cat, definitely keep them in a carrier because like cats, they can climb up onto your dashboard. They can get behind the windows. If a window accidentally like pulls or goes down and cat goes flying out, that would be horrible. So definitely take these precautions.
Absolutely. I actually have a family member that was just traveling locally here in California and had the window cracked and her dog actually stepped on the button, lowered the window, and she fell out. I mean, thankfully she's okay, but it was just a nightmare scenario.
Oh no, yeah, that's so horrifying. So glad to hear she's okay. But yeah, definitely we want to prevent those things from happening. Or even if you can put a child lock on the window buttons, that would be helpful too.
Now, for people that maybe aren't able to take all these extra precautions and taking their pets with them on a trip, how can they? Is there a place that they can go to find like a list of proven pet care that they can trust? Where would you recommend they start?
So I would start. See, if I were looking for myself, I would ask people who have had pets, who have been to like reputable care centers or things like that. Or you could even just go on Yelp, go on Google, research, look at the reviews, make sure that they're not like fake reviews either. Maybe call them, get some more information. But I would definitely maybe start with family or friends that have pets that have boarded their pets before.
Yeah. Well, I am looking. Bruce has the most beautiful eyes. When he looks at the camera, those are very unusual. I mean, maybe not unusual for this breed, but I haven't seen too many dogs with eyes like that.
Yeah, it's actually unusual for this breed too. He is such a good-looking dog, and I don't know why he has been so overlooked at our shelter. He is like such a good dog, and he's so handsome and he's so sweet, and he's so gentle. He's good on leash, so. We need to find Bruce a home. He's kind of looking all over the place right now.
I can see that. Well, pit bulls there are certain dogs that have reputations. Does that hurt their chances when they're in the shelter? Are people a little hesitant if they don't know enough about pit bulls? Are they a little scared?
Yes, definitely. So we at the shelter, since we do get a lot of pit bulls that come through, we are big advocates for pit bulls and letting people know that they are not to be feared. If you have an aggressive pit bull, that's definitely a result of them being under socialized when they're a puppy. So you definitely want to make sure that any kind of dog, you expose them to cats, dogs, rabbits, people, different scenarios. Go to the park, go to the store, like Petco to meet other like pets. Because that's how you're going to get a dog that's going to be comfortable with all different kinds of scenarios. Because if you just throw a dog into a situation that they're really uncomfortable in, that's when they become aggressive out of fear. And that's what we see a lot with pit bulls is they've never been exposed to these things before. So they're like, oh my gosh. And their reaction, of course, is to be on the defensive because they've never been exposed to those things before. So definitely pit bulls. I have my own pit bull at home. He is the sweetest, most gentle. As you can see, Bruce is the most gentle treat taker. He's not going to go and bite your arm off or anything like that. He is so mellow and so sweet.
I just can't get over he has the face of an angel.
I know. And I wish you could just hold his face too, because he has like the perfect face to just squish because it's so mushy.
Sweet baby. Oh, Bruce. Hi. Happy Friday, Bruce. Well, I hope you can find an amazing home for Bruce. Once again, he needs a yard. He's used to having, he's 75 pounds and he's used to having a yard. So definitely he needs a family with a yard. From what we can tell, he's good with kids and other pets. What do we know?
I think for him, older kids would be okay, but because he's a little nervous around fast movements, I would say like maybe more rambunctious kids would make him a little more nervous. So I think it would depend on the kid or the kids. With other dogs, he's a little picky with who he likes. So some dogs he's totally fine with, other dogs he's terrified of. So it just kind of depends.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if you are interested in Bruce or any of the other pets at the Sacramento SPCA, it starts with a visit to their website where you can get more information about adopting. How much is the adoption fee for Bruce?
So Bruce is actually sponsored by Stephanie and Mortgage Evolution. So he is free to take home, and look at him, he's just relaxing right here. He's like,
He is. He's so
I'm ready for a nap.
So the adoption fee is sponsored. If you have a home that would be a perfect fit for Bruce, and maybe you've been looking for a dog exactly like him, then don't hesitate. I feel like when people see his sweet, soulful eyes and that face, he's going to be adopted right away. But do go to the Sacramento SPCA's website to get more information and set up a time to meet him. Anything else people need to know about Bruce's adoption process?
I don't think so. It definitely, if you have kids, I would say bring them to see how he reacts. But other than that, just go ahead and make an appointment and come meet this guy.
And I would like to add, if you know someone who's looking to adopt a family member, Bruce might be a perfect fit for them. So please share this video or tag them so they can see how amazing he is. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Of course. You too, Cheryl.
All right. Till next week.
Bye.
Bye.